Our minds lie to us about reality. The philosopher and mathematician Henri Bergson wrote a book called Introduction to Metaphysics. He describes how our minds interpret and construct reality. The mind's main function is finding solid points of support it can use to represent states and things. We search for any way we can of categorizing different metaphysical and psychological states of being in reality. We use these categories we create to decide how things and objects are defined in the universe by us. The mind almost instantly divides reality into sensations and ideas, like they can't help it. We don't realize that our minds subconsciously construct reality by dividing it into different categories like sensations, ideas, states, and things. These are the way we feel in our physical body and thoughts, the ways that we create different categories as a way of understanding reality, the ways in which we behave, and how we define objects. The mind substitutes continuous, moving, changing reality, which is what reality truly is, according to Henri Bergson. It substitutes continuous, moving, changing reality for a discontinuous, still, and unchanging one. This is how our minds deceive and lie to us about the true nature of reality. The mind is immobile. It only creates the idea of and expresses movement as the function. It only creates the idea of movement and expresses movement as a function of its immobility, our minds. So the mind, in a way, wants to move, so we believe that it does, even though it doesn't. Our minds are not conscious, but evolution designed our minds to desperately grasp for ways to understand concepts as our way of defining and constructing reality, so we can survive to carry on the genes of our species. The mind takes up position in ready made concepts, does everything it can to catch some of this reality in a metaphorical net, and attaches to it these ready made concepts. It figuratively tries as hard as it possibly can to define and understand the most accurate, approximate representation of reality. The mind doesn't at all do this in order to obtain a metaphysical knowledge of the real. It merely does this in order to so that we can use our rudimentary understanding of reality in the most practical way possible, because it's evolutionarily necessary for the survival of our species to use our understanding of reality in order to live and navigate it in practical ways that can help spread our genes and that enhance the evolution of our species, right? So, understanding the true nature of reality actually isn't even practically useful, because we if that were to happen, we would be totally it would be totally impractical in terms of how we function in the real world. So, real in reality, it's impractical to actually accurately understand it, um, in terms of how we function in the real world. So think about it. Aspects of reality like physics, theology if gods exist, being able to see infrared energy, regularly inspecting every single blade of grass to better understand reality instead of watching for a lion waiting to jump out and eat you. Wouldn't work if you were trying to literally observe every single aspect of your environment. You get killed by a lion while you're staring at a blade of grass that doesn't fucking matter. So, understanding our reality in the most practical rather than the most accurate way is business as usual for our minds. The way that our minds understand reality practically rather than accurately in order for our species to survive prevents us from understanding not only the true metaphysical nature of reality, but also what minds even are. The mind is so incredibly complex, even when considered outside of metaphysics, which is why philosophy of mind is a whole separate realm of philosophy from metaphysics. Philosophy is fascinating and awesome. So, this is how our minds lie to us about reality.